Welcome to Mommy's Black Book Podcast, the ultimate me time where we spill the tea.
From motherhood to sexcapades and everything in between, grab the wine,
Because it's girl talk time. We're your hosts. I'm Lexi Lynn.
And I'm Miss Baby May.
Hello, Miss May.
Hello, Miss Lexi Lynn.
So this weekend was 4th of July.
Yeah. America.
Yeah. America. Let's blow
freedom.
shit up. Mm-hmm. Did you have a good 4th of July?
Oh, I had a fantastic 4th of July.
Yes.
I had my very first gangbang.
Ooh. We'll have to talk about that in a minute. Oh my goodness. Anything non-crazy happen?
Non-crazy. Jay took me on this fantastic day date across the water. We went to this fantastic little restaurant called Alchemy. You need to check it out. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Walked up and down the strip for a little bit, smoked on the beach.
Nice.
No, yeah. And then we went to the beach for my friend. Well, I guess it's Jay's childhood friend. They grew up together, best friends for all of eternity. And they got married. But it was their anniversary celebration. So we went down there for an hour and they let off a bunch of fireworks on the beach. So it was really cool.
Nice.
We were childless this weekend.
I miss childless weekends. I haven't had a child this weekend in so fucking long.
I'm so sorry.
Freaking, we used to have, before the baby was born, while I was pregnant during COVID, we were still working full time, and so our daughter was going over to my mother-in-law's house and staying there and playing with her cousins for the 3 days that we needed childcare. And so we had 3 days solid because they lived an hour to an hour and a half drive away. It's not like they lived in the same town. So we would drop her off. I think it was Sunday night. My mother-in-law would come and pick her up. And then on Wednesday evening when I got off work, she would bring her back to me. And that was in the throes of COVID bullshit. And before they started putting school back to 4 days a week and things like that. So it's been a long time since I've had a childless weekend. And even then, does that count as a childless weekend when you're pregnant? Because I don't think it does.
No.
I'm I can't drink. I can't have good sex. Okay? Because I'm a blimp. You can't even get into those super... Actually, that's not true. My favorite position is doggy. So that works great when you're pregnant. Tips. But, yeah. So before the COVID, the last time I had a childless weekend was... God, a year before I started dating my husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a long fucking time.
Well, I'll watch your Rugrats.
Yes. But I feel bad dumping them on people.
What?
I don't know.
Them. My boys would go crazy if they had another playmate. And a baby? Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's so funny how much little kids like babies.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so fun. My niece, she is 7. And she's not around babies all the time. Lorelai is used to babies. She's yeah, he's been here for a year. The novelty is worn off. He's just a pain in my fucking ass now.
Right.
But my niece comes over and she's like, oh my God, that was so adorable. He's so cute.
She's obsessed with him.
Yes. And it's funny. We love it.
I can't wait to have babies. Lots of little babies.
Ooh, fingers crossed.
This is the mama talk of our podcast.
Yes.
Girl, I've been feeling some kind of way. I think it's my hormones.
Some kind of way.
Some kind of way.
Ooh.
Today and yesterday especially, I've been really mood swingy and grumpy and kind of sad and loopy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
maybe Jay is right.
Maybe.
You about to be making that pregnant business.
I hope so. Let's see. But part of me...
I have a friend in the ones that the Pentagon stole last year. She just found out she's preggers. everybody's having babies.
Babies.
They need
fever.
girls, though. Last year was year of the boys. We need some girls in the mix now.
I have 3 boys.
You definitely
I need a little
girl.
girl.
You, more than anybody I've ever met, needs a fucking girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have another little boy, I might have to do a curse-breaking spell.
So here's the thing. I tell myself, well, I told myself that I would have one more kid and that'd be it. But now I'm leaning more towards I'm going to keep trying until I have a girl. God damn it.
Oh my God.
I don't care how many kids I have. I just want a little girl.
You know, there are some people who are made for children. I am not one of them.
No?
No. I can barely handle my 2. I was good with 1. Neither one were planned.
Multiples are...
But, whew, there's a woman that Joe used to work with that, I mean, she's fantastic. She's a great mother. She has 4 kids. 2 of them are twins.
Oh, wow.
She's tiny, too. I don't understand how these tiny women are able to punch out these twins. I'm like, I would have died. Are you kidding me? I could barely carry 1. And you've got half a litter. The fuck is wrong?
You know, our really good friend, she's like shorter than you. And
oh my God, that's
like
hard.
100 pounds, maybe. And she has these 3 giant boys. One of them's 18. And I'm like,
oh my
girl,
God.
how did you do that?
Dude, seriously. I knew a woman growing up that went to church with my mom who she was shorter than I am. And for reference, I am 5 feet tall when my scoliosis isn't acting up. Okay, keyword isn't. So I'm teeny. So to be shorter than me and not a child is a feat of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
This woman, she was very short. Did not stop her from having amazing tits, though. Anyway, short. And her husband was over 6 feet tall. Like, almost ducking through doorways status.
Dang.
And as I got older, all I could think was, how does the sex work? Because I have had individuals who are significantly taller. Significantly taller adds to significantly wider. And so once you try to straddle a certain width,
Yeah, man.
your hips are splayed in a way you can't.
So
even if you can do the splits, you can't freaking
move.
sway and shit on that. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm like, they must only fucking doggy style, and his dick must be half the size of her body.
I mean, at that point, I feel like you have to get creative. You like forced
You
to get
do.
creative.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I had a guy that I was so short, I came up to his nipple. He was very tall, broad, he was the creepy guy who showed up at the gym at 4:00 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
He also had a skull with a snake tongue tattooed on his dick. Yeah. So when he dropped his pants, there was a skull, and then the tongue protruded down his dick.
That's hot.
It was interesting. He put it there himself.
Oh,
He was a tattoo artist.
Okay.
He's the one who did this tattoo for me. But yes, we were forced to get creative because he was super, he was a tall, sort of broad man. He wasn't fat, but he was tall and broad. Mm-hmm. And he had a horse cock. Like, I was jerking him off and literally same fucking width as my wrist, okay? My wrist is like this, and that's how I was freaking jerking his cock. It was freaking huge. And so, yeah, we were forced to get creative a few times. I think one of my favorite times, though, was actually on the bathroom floor.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I was on the floor, and he had, because he was so tall, he was able to pin himself between the wall and the edge of the tub and kind of, elevate himself. Okay. And he worked for a railroad company, too, so he was used to throwing huge rail ties around. So he was very strong. He could shoulder press me above his head, just whoop, whoop, whoop for, multiple sets. Freaking very strong man. So he was able to push himself up and prop himself up in this freaking way so that he wasn't even touching the floor while he was banging me out. It was wild. I was just like, you know, you may have destroyed my person and my emotional everything, but you know what? That was some pretty good spider monkey sex there. Like, what the fuck was that?
Speaking of getting creative, last night we did another scene, and we were doing kind of like a wife fucks the plumber while husband's at work type of deal.
Oh, yes.
So we did it in the living room, and we like had to get creative in the living room, and we moved over to the dining room table, and then eventually I was just like perched on my dining room chair.
Oh my goodness.
That was fun. So I'm really excited for that to be aired so people can check it out.
Nice. Freaking so much fun. I have so much fun creating content. I'm so glad that I got back into it.
It's so much fun.
I still need to learn the platforms more and things like that. But the tips you've given me have been really helpful. And I was telling Joe that I've already made more money this time going around on my OnlyFans than the last time I tried to do it before I was pregnant. Because I stopped when I was pregnant because I was so insecure and like I felt so disgusting.
Right.
Like some women just feel so sexy while they're pregnant and it's like amazing. And I just felt like horrible. I mean, I felt good in the sense, like, I wasn't vomiting all the time and stuff like that.
But, like, self-critical.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm so huge. Especially because since I'm so short, my torso, I'm 5 feet, and almost all of it is legs. So, my torso is like, where are you fitting the baby in that? So, I'm like, blimp. One time my boss came over for a barbecue and he just stopped in the middle of his freaking rant and he goes, oh my God, Kim, I am so sorry. Your stomach is just huge. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, tell me about it. I'm going to give birth next week.
It is weird. I had no idea.
Right? I had not a clue that I was a blimp right now. Yeah. Thanks for pointing it out.
I'm excited. I miss my baby belly.
I wish now that I had capitalized, that I hadn't stopped doing my premium snaps and trying to do the OnlyFans and all that shit. And honestly, that I hadn't been so self-conscious. What changed my self-consciousness the most recently is a mushroom trip. I mean... Before tripping on mushrooms, I had the confidence. I was just like, whatever. I had 2 babies. I earned my stretch marks. Go fuck yourself if you don't like them. But after tripping on mushrooms, and also after watching the video that we made with Joe last week, I was like, oh, okay. So we did something. We did a thing.
We did a thing, y'all.
We may have seduced my husband last week.
It was glorious.
But
there was
oh my God,
and ropes and everything involved.
Okay, so honestly, it was one of the most amazing experiences. No, not one of. It was the most amazing experience that he and I have shared together.
Really?
Yes. That's why I'm so angry with my sister for having the attitude that she does and being so sensitive about the situation, is because it was literally a relationship changing experience for us.
I'm so happy you guys could take that away from it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And so like I told her, I was like, I don't regret it and I would not take it back for a second because it made our relationship stronger and because it happened with someone that I trust not to come back and try and destroy my fucking relationship.
Right.
You know? It was like, so I'm sorry you're hurt by the fact that I got involved with your friend, but I'm not sorry that it happened.
It was a great experience.
But anyway, all that drama aside. So,
it ain't easy being a slut.
Right? Sometimes people get hurt and we don't mean for it to happen, but oopsie. Sorry. Anyway, maybe I'm a little heartless. But, so Miss May tied me up last week.
I sure did. Did you enjoy that?
So much.
Tell me how you felt.
Okay, so it was literally, oh my God, I don't think I stopped smiling the entire night.
No, you didn't.
And it wasn't the alcohol.
A permagrin.
Yeah, it was. I'm surprised I didn't have cheek cramps at the end of the evening. It was fucking amazing. I loved being tied up. I loved not being able to move, not knowing what was coming next. I loved when I was face down in the bed and you and Joe were just kind of like circling me like fucking vultures,
all the
whipping
attention.
me.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been on a quest to find a fucking flogger with the little metal chain thing like that in it since then, and I have not been able to find a website that's had them.
Really?
They're all just the tassels, and I want a little more than just fucking tassels. Come on now.
So that particular flogger is found at your local store.
Oh, we were gonna go there
Yes.
and do some browsing because I was like, I kind of want to, instead of ordering online, I want to feel them in the store.
Check it out.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We're gonna go, and I'm super excited. But it was the most amazing freaking experience, and it changed our relationship a lot because after the binding and like the beating and everything, watching you with him was amazing. I absolutely loved watching you choke on his cock. I mean,
really?
I'm not gonna fucking lie. I was just like, yes.
Isn't it hot? Okay,
Yes.
so my husband listens to this podcast, and I have told you all time and time again that I am a cuck queen to the max. I eat that shit up. So you understand.
Yes.
You understand the
It was
feeling.
glorious. And okay, I love trying to get a cock as far down as I can. But you are able to get it down there. Like, Joe, I even asked him after the fact. I was like, come on now, give me comparisons. I need a side-by-side notes. And honestly, giving him the double BJ was amazing.
Oh, that was so much fun.
I
love
have
doing
wanted to double BJ him with another woman for years.
that. Okay, well, I'm happy to oblige. 'Cause
Yes.
One
It
of my
was-
favorite things to do. I think it's great.
It was fantastic. And honestly, he fucking loved it. He was like, oh my
eating that
god.
shit up.
But yeah. So he's like, you both can get my whole cock down your throat. I was like, and he goes, but she can hold it there longer. And I was like, oh yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about that. She can hold it in there longer. I'm not skilled like that yet. I was like, I'm working on it there, baby.
Get there.
I was
Lots of
like,
practice.
right? I was like, these things takes time. I was like, I didn't even like sucking cocks before I sucked yours. You just turned me on to it. So
See, so you're a novice
yeah.
in the dick sucking realm.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like, I've only been sucking cock. I've been fucking since I was 14, but I've only been happily sucking cock for like 3.5, 4 years, okay? And
Okay.
it's because I found people who were nice receptors, not those freaking like early 20s, like, I'm gonna shove it down there and freaking destroy your face with no respect
See?
people.
Time and place for that.
Yeah,
You know, there are times where I'm like, I'm gonna make love to this dick right now because it's delicious.
right? And then there's times
that
that
fucking destroy my throat.
exactly.
Like,
I'm like, gurgle that fucking like I think last week when I was telling you about how he had me on the bed doing the little finger
the
flip.
thing.
The it's a paddle
is.
kick. The
Yeah,
paddle
it
kick
is.
with the fingers on
That's
the
exactly
fucking
what it
G
is.
spot while I was fucking guzzling that cock down. Like, yeah, that was aggressive and it was the best. Freaking Christ. But no, so I loved it. There was afterwards a moment of weirdness for me though.
Really?
Yes, and I debated whether or not I was going to tell you about this because I didn't want you to feel like it had anything to do with me not enjoying the experience.
Okay.
But I decided that for the listeners, I should share this.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So, after you left, I really wanted to like be with Joe on our own, you know?
Yeah. Kind of reclaim each other.
Yeah. But it was also super hot. It was the last day of that freaking heat wave, and we all ended the note on like a freaking overexhausted, super hot. The baby woke up and started crying, you know. And so we didn't get the chance to immediately like go back into things, and we were just hot, so we're like, whatever, let's take a cool shower. So I sat with the baby, he took a cool shower, and then we switched. And while I was in the shower, he fell asleep.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he fell asleep. And so while he was sleeping, sorry about my chair sounds, guys. I'm fidgety. My bad. We need a better chair. But not the point. So he was asleep, the baby's asleep, and all of a sudden I started crying. And I was like,
Aw.
what the fuck?
Why am I crying right now?
Yeah. And then Joe woke up And he was like, babe, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Are you upset? Are you upset about, like anything that happened? I was like, no, I'm not upset. And he's like, then why are you crying? And I was like, I don't fucking know.
I'm just crying. I just feel like crying.
Right? I was like, I don't know if it's just because, like, I'm releasing everything and I'm still processing that all that went down because it wasn't exactly planned that was going to happen. It just happened. I was like, I don't know if that's the thing. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong. And he's like, well, are you, like, do you regret doing anything? Are you mad that I, like, banged out May? What's going on? And I was like, no, I enjoyed every minute of it.
It was so cool.
Yeah, I was like, this was a fucking fantastic night. What are we talking about?
Aww.
And I'm like just bawling my eyes out in the bed, and I had no idea why. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, like, what's going on? And so he's like cuddling me and everything, and we're talking, and then, we start kissing on each other and everything, and then he and I fucked. And then, yeah, he and I fucked, and we came with each other, and then I rolled over, and I was like, okay, good night.
All was well.
Yep. And I just cozied on up.
And
yeah. And so, like, the next day I was thinking about it, and I was like, I figured out what the fuck was wrong. And he goes, what? And I was all, I had to reclaim you. And he was like, what? I was like, we can't go to sleep on the note of you being with another woman. I was like, you have to end the night with me, and then everything will be fine. And he's like, oh, that makes sense. I can see that. And I was like, cool, dope. We got an understanding. I was also disappointed. The other thing that I was disappointed in is he stuck his dick in you for the first time while I was reaching for the camera. So I caught the ass end of it.
No.
And I was like, no, I missed the best part. And so I told him later, I was like, yo, I was a little disappointed. And he's like, I didn't hear you say to pause. Sorry. And I was like, no, I'm not mad at it. I was like, but next time, you gotta let me see you put your dick in the bitch for the first time.
It's gold, man. It's
right?
gold.
I was like, I missed her reaction face.
I also had a fantastic time.
I'm glad.
It was my very first free pass from Jay. Because he knows that, like, there's been some tension between us all, you know. So
he listens.
He listens. Yeah, he listens. And then, we've had a lot of conversations about going off and playing without each other in the past, and it's never really come up before. And he was like, so I know you're going to go over and you're going to, tie up Miss Lexi Lynn. I just want you to know I'm going to give you a free pass tonight. So whatever happens, happens. And I was like, really?
You're like blushing. What?
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about, baby? Are you sure?
Yeah. He was like, well, you've been a good girl.
That's what he told us.
He's like, you've been a good girl. I trust you. So enjoy your free pass, because who knows when you're going to get another one. And I was like, that's fair. Okay. So, like, it happened. It happened. It happened.
And it was glorious.
It was fun.
Wouldn't change it for the world.
I had a great time.
Yep.
You know what? That was my first experience being with a couple by myself.
Really?
Yes. I've always
So there was
been,
first all around.
Yeah, because I've always been with Jay and another woman.
Well, how did you feel about it?
I felt it was a different energy. Different energy than what I'm used to. I was like, oh, well, now I'm the other woman. I'm the other woman. And it was really fun. I played with it a lot. I was thinking about it the entire time. I was like, yeah, this is really fun. So
what's totally funny though is you were in you're the other woman quote, but you were totally the one in control of the situation.
I was,
and it was freaking hot because you were the one tying me up and giving directions and all that shit. And I was like, yes, Miss May, tell us what to do.
So that's one aspect of myself that I've really been like exploring since I've been with Jay. I'm a really submissive, timid person.
I would never have guessed.
Really? That's
really.
That's interesting.
You just exude so much confidence and just radiate so much amazingness to the world. That's why, even though you are not the physical type that Joe would normally go for, I am. Okay, so I'm 5 feet and I'm 135 pounds. I got D-cup titties and a junk trunk ass. Okay. And freaking, I got the mom tummy that looks like it's been lived in. And that's the body type my husband loves. He's like, you're honestly on the thin side for what I typically would go for.
Okay.
So he's like, she's beautiful. She's an amazingly sexy woman. And he goes, but she's just thinner than what I would typically be attracted to. But the fact that you exude so much confidence and radiate so much inner beauty, it all just comes from the inside out and just explodes on the world. So I would never have freaking guessed that you are a submissive type energy.
It's a lot of practice. It's a lot of work because I've always been really, really shy. Really, really shy. And I've always been a submissive in all my relationships.
I can see the pure romance helping you on that.
Yeah, it is. That's one of the reasons why I joined, because I'm so shy and so anxious all the time in front of people. I was like, well, if I'm forced to talk about something in front of people,
that's how I am too.
So, like, when I started experimenting with women, I was realizing, I can be a dom with women. I enjoy being in control with other women. I like being a submissive to men. But with women, it's like a different, I think it's like a nurturing thing that I'm feeling, because I don't necessarily like want to be in control. Like I don't want to boss you around or anything like that. I just want to like take care of you and nurture you.
I liked when you, of all people, called me baby girl.
Really?
Yes. I was like, ooh, Miss May, call me baby girl again. You're doing good, baby girl. The next day, I heard a song that was yo, 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 get the cream, get the money. And the only thing I could hear was your voice in my head when you looked at my pussy and went, creamy. I just started, we're driving down the highway, and I just start fucking dying laughing, and Joe goes, but, and I go, all I hear is Miss May, creamy. And he goes, well, that's not what I hear, too. And then he, like, tucks his dick between his legs.
That's fantastic.
Made a song better.
Happy I can be of service.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
That you like being in control with women.
Yeah, I like exploring my dominant side with women. It lets me, I guess I'm a switch, as you would call it.
That's what Joe and I said.
Yeah, I'm a switch. It's fairly new. I've only been experimenting with it since I've been playing with Jay, you know, but it's cool, and I like it, and I like exploring that part of me.
I want to explore the more dominant side, but I think I'd be more comfortable doing it with a woman. I don't know. It's all about the dynamic. I don't know. Freaking, I can be aggressive with men, but Joe says I'm rapey.
Aww.
He says I'm rapey. He's just like, oh, you're aggressive.
Shut up, bitch.
Right? He warned, so the friend that we have that I involve myself with from time to time, he warned that friend when he was like, yeah, I don't mind if you guys fool around, whatever, I just don't want videos of it.
Okay.
Freaking, he goes, but I'm warning you, she's rapey. She's rapey. But I get more rapey the longer I'm with somebody.
Really? It's because you guys are okay with the boundaries. So you take advantage.
You know.
You know what you're
I'm like, I'm going to walk up to you and I'm going to grab you by the cock because I've been with you for 4 years and I know charges won't be pressed.
It's going to happen. Get over it.
Right? So, but after all that, I've already picked out ropes that I want to buy.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, because I liked it so much. And Joe liked it enough. He was just like, I'll tie you up and fucking flog you any day. And I was like, yes.
Good.
Fucking almost a week later, I still had the faintest little bruising from the freaking chain. And I was like, ooh.
Feels good. That one's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I liked that one a lot.
Lots of different sensations.
I picked out nylon and silk ropes that we're gonna get. I found some silk ones.
Silk ones are the best.
am excited to try them. I'm like, silk is super soft. I was like, you get less feet for the price, but it's the material.
Better quality.
Yeah.
I have cotton ropes right now, which is a completely different sensation on the skin. So you're gonna enjoy this.
I liked the nylon ones better than the cotton ones.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you're really gonna like the silk ones then. It's just
freaking
luxury.
Afterwards, when I was going through everything, all the videos, all the pictures, I was just like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. And Joe told me, okay, so he said he's never seen someone so excited to make porn before, and yet here I am. And I just smiled and did the whole like cute little hand under my face frame. Hi, baby.
Dude,
You married me.
Making porn is a blast.
It's amazing.
It is a blast.
Like, if you truly are in touch with your sexual side and you feel no shame about it, like, it is the most amazing thing in the world. There are some porn production companies, like, someone hit me up on Twitter, oh, are you looking for a producer? And I was like, no.
Sorry.
I am not going to look for a producer. Sorry about that. Because, you know, there are some porn production companies that the women have been like, no, it's rape. It basically is, because you sign a contract, so they say, I don't care you don't want to do anal today, you're doing anal today. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's why I'm an independent porn producer.
So there are, unfortunately, a lot of production companies out there that have given the porn industry a really bad name.
Yeah.
And it goes back to, like, the
That's
70s.
why I like amateur porn more.
Yeah.
Watching
amateur
it.
porn, this is, like, the golden years of the amateur porn scene. The amateur porn's really, really coming into its own. It's taking off, and it's, like, taking over.
And I like that. I like that a lot. Because okay, so not only is amateur porn more personal, it's more personal, it's more realistic. You don't have these plastic Barbie bimbos in these hyper non-realistic situations and
these
saying
cocks.
and saying these things that people don't actually say during sex. I mean, some people do, but I mean, like, we freaky.
I say some wild shit.
I say some wild fucking shit during sex too. That's how this whole open bullshit started. I was like, whoa, we throw it out there, but are we serious? Because I am. But yeah, so it's a lot of fucking fun. And I love that the independent porn industry is taking stride. It's amazing. Fuck Brazzers. Come on, support us little independent people.
I mean, I will say they do.
Brazzers has some amazing videos.
They have some amazing content, and whenever they do their like free trials, I'm like, I'm gonna watch for you for a week.
Yeah, seriously.
It's amazing.
Discontinue whenever, what?
Yeah.
Freaking.
And that's why we love doing it so much, because like we want to make, our goal is to make really, really, really good quality amateur porn.
Yeah.
We want to make porn that
honestly,
everybody wants to watch.
The porn that you create is amazing. And you were talking, it was not on air, it was just casual conversation about having a porn idol. And right now, you're my fucking porn idol. You're my inspiration. I'm just like, yes, if I'm half as good as Miss May, I'll be happy. Freaking. You're like, oh my goodness.
So bashful.
Freaking Joe told me that he absolutely loves watching us attack porn content ideas like a Fortune 500. What was it? I wrote it down. A Fortune 500 hedge manager attacking the stock market is what he said.
Exactly.
We attack porn content ideas like a Fortune 500 freaking stock
You gotta be ambitious. You have to be creative in this industry. You gotta stand out. You gotta find your niche.
It's so... It's hard.
It's competitive.
People sign in thinking, oh, it's gonna be so easy. I just put my pussy on display and I'll make money. No, not the case. You gotta work.
It's work, bitch.
Freaking yeah, it's wild. Oh my goodness. So Joe ate my pussy in his sleep. In the past week, he's fucked me in his sleep twice.
Weird.
Have you ever had that happen?
We had that happen multiple times this week too.
What?
Yeah. We woke up in the middle of the night and I was riding Jay and I was like, oh, this is hot. And then he woke up and was like, damn.
Oh my fucking god.
And then we finished and rolled back asleep.
Joe doesn't even remember either time.
What?
That's how asleep he was.
Dang. Yes, last night I woke up to Jay finger banging me in the middle of the night. It was like 3 a.m. and I was like, this is cool.
Right? Mm-hmm. I wish that Joe would wake up and come over and get a little frisky. I tell him all the time, I'm like, I can't set alarms because if I set the clock and it goes off, it's going to wake the baby. But he wakes up so much earlier than me. He'll come in and tell me when it's time to wake up. I was like, just sneak in there and
slip it in, man.
Right? Like, come on now. I was like, I wear this cute little tiny short nightgown, and, you know, like, everything's all hanging out anyway. Come on now. Get creative.
Just touch it.
I was like, come in with your camera on and sneak in and fucking feel up my pussy and wake me up that way. It'll be fine. I promise. So but he's scared because I'm an angry waker. Aww. And I'm like, no. Trust me. If you wake me up playing with my pussy, I won't be mad. I like sex. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
So, anyway, the other night, I'm in bed, and he's dead the fuck asleep, snoring. Just hard. And so I broke out my new toy.
Do you like it?
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yeah.
I've used it quite a few times in the past few weeks. So I freaking broke out my new vibrator, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching the video of you and him, and I'm just going through all the fucking content that we made from that night.
Yeah, look at all this.
And I start to come, and I was coming so hard I couldn't not be loud. And so the sound of me fucking moaning during me coming wakes him up, but he wasn't expecting it. So he like shot up in the bed, and then he looks down at me in bewilderment, and he sees what's happening. He sees me with a pussy or a dildo in my pussy, fucking vibrating like crazy, and my fucking O face, and he just dives in all unexpectedly. Yes. And I was mid-orgasm when he fucking started eating my pussy. So I just continued to come for a few minutes, like back to back to back, and I was like, holy shit! And then he fucking just finishes and lays back down and starts snoring. And I was like,
what?
That just happened, but I don't fucking care.
That's
that was
cool.
Awesome. I'm going to sleep now. I'm like, I came. That was the goal. And so I fucking roll over and I go to sleep. And the next morning I wake up and we're in the bathroom smoking. And I was all, do you remember eating my pussy in the middle of the night? And he goes, what?
I did what now?
And I was like, you ate my pussy in the middle of the night? And he goes, nope, no memory.
Damn. Well, that sounds like fun.
And then it happened again a couple nights later where he just fully woke up in the middle of the night and then just was like, I'm gonna bang out my wife real fast, and then he just rolled over and fucking started snoring.
Dude, I love those nights. They're so much fun.
He doesn't remember it though, which cracks me up so hard. I'm like, is it rape at that point? Because you initiated it.
Yeah, there were a few times, like I don't even know if I've talked to Jay about it, if he remembers, but I definitely woke up last night when he was finger banging me, and I haven't brought it up to him yet.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
So, remember last night? Yeah.
Were you conscious? Or was that like sleep?
No,
sleep fucking.
It was good.
Alright, so I have got to hear about this video request that you got about the dog bone dildo.
Okay, so it wasn't a video request. It was a picture set request.
Okay.
Okay, so this
it also made Joe, me, and curious about that whole genre of shit, because the image we personally have in our brains of you crawling towards the camera with a dildo bone in your mouth was so fucking hot.
I'll show you the pictures.
Ooh.
Okay, so I do custom content for my lovely fans, okay?
Yes.
And this one very, very loyal, amazing person had requested this photo set.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really, really racy pictures. And one of them is me holding my dildo in my mouth like a bone, crawling toward the camera. And at first I was like, that sounds interesting. And then I did it and I was like, all right, now you hot. That's right. Okay, and here they are.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see this.
Show you. Okay, so there are 12 photos total. You can go ahead and look.
Oh my goodness.
And he sent me very, very explicit instructions. And
yeah?
That's one of my very favorite things is when my fans send
I
me.
would rather them be very detailed.
Explicit. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to give you something you're not going to like.
Exactly. You're paying me money to do this for you.
Yeah.
I take great pride in, that's
Woo!
the one.
Girl.
I take pride in, like, making your fantasies come true.
Right? Me too.
I get off on that shit. Tell me how I can please you.
Oh, girl. Nice.
Yep.
You're just sexy. Look at that.
So much fun. I love doing it all the time.
That's my thing too. I really want to create quality content that the customer is happy with. And I didn't feel at the end of the video chat that I did, it was my first video chat, I didn't feel that the customer was satisfied.
Really?
And I felt bad.
Did you reach out to them?
He told me he was, but I just feel like he was kind of being nice.
You know, again, give them another one at a discount or free.
You know, so because I felt really bad. Not only was it like really spur of the moment, so I wasn't fully like in the headspace to be prepared for it, but I was having problems with my PayPal link or my my Venmo link or whatever, and so for the first like minute of the call, it was just us sorting out how to get the fucking Venmo link to fucking work. And I was like, I am so sorry. Like, I'm going to discount your rate because I'm having technological issues. You know, like, I feel really bad right now. Like,
do you charge by the minute?
No. Should I?
No, I don't.
I charged, I based it kind of off like what you did, where you said you did the $25 until they come, and then if it exceeds a certain time limit, then you add more on. So that's kind of the model that I want based off of, because I feel like that's more fair. Like, by the minute is a really insane thing, and then you have to keep track of the record of how long it was, and then trust that they're going to pay at the end.
So here's what I do, and I'm going to recommend it to you. You pay before play.
That's what I don't trust people who are like, oh, I'll pay after.
No,
I'm like, you don't get to fucking see my goodies until the money is in.
Yeah, you're paying for my time. You're paying for service. I will provide you the service. I'm good for it, or else I wouldn't be doing this. You know? Like, if you want my service, my time, you need to pay me, and then I'll call you.
I don't even necessarily have a problem with people who are like, I want you to, like, be on the call while I send the payment, and then we'll start.
Yeah.
You know, because I can see them being like, leery of, if I send you money, are you really going to call me?
Are you going to call me? Which I understand, too.
So I don't even have a problem if they're like, oh, call me and I'll send the payment while I'm on the phone, you know, while we're on the video chat. I'm like, but I'm not taking my panties off until you fucking send me payment, bitch.
Right.
Like, this is not a free show.
Right. My time is money.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I felt really bad. I was like, he said he was satisfied and all that, but I just was like, I don't know. So, I don't know. I was like, this is the first, technically the second, but it's only the first time in like over a year, 2 years almost, that I've been on a video chat with anybody, and it was really spur of the moment, so I just wasn't prepared. I felt bad.
I think video chats are a great thing. I only do them once a week. I schedule them for Wednesday nights. That way I have time to like dedicate to doing all these things, and I cap at like 5 video chats a night. I advertise it throughout the week.
Yeah, I've seen your little adverts. So that's awesome, and I love that. I want to start doing live streams. Right now I have family up from Cali, and one of them is staying with me until the 12th, so I have to wait till they're gone. But I want to start doing live streams, not only of me like solo playing or things like that, but I want to start a live stream of me doing the chores naked.
Do it!
I take the videos, like I have a video that I'm waiting to upload last week while everybody was gone, because one of the nice things about, you know, having a family member up here, they don't get to see my kids very often. So like right now we're recording midday. Normally we wait till after my kids are asleep, but my dad's in town and he took my daughter to the next town over to meet up with my sister and freaking have ice cream and all this other stuff. So, you know, I've had a little bit more opportunity to just sneak content production in and things like that here and there. So the other day they were gone and I was doing a video of me folding the laundry, and I was dancing around. I had music playing. I was dancing around doing the laundry naked. But then every time that I found a pair of panties in the laundry pile, I would take it up and I would like show it off to the camera and I'd be like, "Ooh, look at these cute little panties!" And one of the pairs of panties I have has kitty cats on it. So I was like, "Look, little pussies to put on pussies to put on my pussy." And then at one point, I found one of my favorite ones, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So I started rubbing it on my face in front of the camera. I was like, "It's so soft, guys," and like I started rubbing it on my tits and stuff. And then
advertise them for sale.
Oh, straight up. On my OnlyFans, I do have that I'm willing to sell you panties. I just have a limit on how many days I'm willing to wear them.
Yeah, because after that, they're gonna mold. Tip
Really?
fellas, yes. If you request somebody's panties and you want them to wear them for a certain amount of days or squirt in them or do whatever, you need to be aware that when they send them, they're probably gonna mold.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
So what I did was, I, especially for this one individual, he wanted me to wear them, and so I wore them, and I came in them like a few times and all that, and then I let them dry, and then I stuck them in like the similar to the packaging that you get your cannabis in.
Okay.
I bought the same style packaging, but I bought them in pink. I'll show you.
Oh
I will
God.
show you the packaging that I got. And I ordered it on Amazon. They're pink nylon scent-proof bags, just like you would buy your weed in from the dispensary. And so that's what I was packaging everything in, to keep the scent in and to keep it fresh. But I waited until they dried. But after a certain amount of time, and this is something to take into consideration, gentlemen, is we are not like, it's not like a penis and balls. It's not just sweat.
No.
You have vaginal discharge. The longer you wear them, the less comfortable it is for us women.
Yeah.
Which is why, for additional days, we start tacking on extra dollars.
Absolutely.
We are risking yeast infections,
UTIs, like a whole myriad of things that could go wrong, because a lot of people, unfortunately, especially men, don't understand vaginas.
Yeah.
They don't
And
understand
there's
how they work.
not your fault. You don't have one.
Yeah, you don't have one.
I
Nobody
don't understand.
teaches you.
I mean, I do understand the science behind why a dick gets hard, but it still blows my fucking mind.
Right?
Like,
right?
what?
So vaginas are very
Sensitive?
mysterious creatures.
They are. They're like a
very
fucking
mysterious.
body of their own.
Little mystery.
It's like the ocean, okay?
Yeah.
You never know what's down inside. Well, oh God, I hope that's
I
not
hope
true.
you know what's inside your vagina.
I know, God. Oh my God. I've heard some horror stories about things, and like, oh my God. No. Freaking. So, your gangbang that you mentioned earlier.
Oh my gangbang. The 4th of July gangbang.
You mentioned that you were gonna have one last week, and I mentioned that I was super fucking jealous. And I'm super excited for my family to leave because I have so many content production ideas, and my husband wants to set up a gangbang for me, but we have to wait for my family to leave town.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm like, we can't have a gangbang while my dad's sleeping in my son's room.
So I will tell you, it's a lot of work to put together. It is a lot of work.
Oh God, I can imagine.
Together. And then like making sure everybody is good on their word and is actually going to show up, and having people lined up for the people who don't show up, and like it's just organizing. It's a pain in the ass.
Did the people who were on backup know they were on backup?
Yes.
They knew they were, okay, so
Yes.
they knew they were on the wait list.
Yes.
Okay.
So he set up, originally there were supposed to be 6 fellas to show up. 6 fellas and a female. Who, her fella was one of the fellas. Okay. So she was at the +1.
Was it weird having another woman there? Like, that they wanted to bring her?
No, I was super excited. I was so excited to have them. I was excited to play with her and excited for her to have her first gaming experience. And then things, I guess the dynamics just didn't sit right in the scene or something, and she ended up actually leaving because she was uncomfortable.
Okay.
So that was a whole other...
At least she was comfortable enough to leave.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like she was obligated to stay, because I've been in that type of situation.
Oh, absolutely. So, like, I felt bad because she didn't say anything to us. She just, like, as soon as things started getting going,
She quietly
just
extricated?
excused herself. And I was, like, in the middle of it, and I was like, wait, there's supposed to be another girl in here. Where's she at? And everybody was like, I don't know, suck my dick. And I was like, okay. It was a blast. Originally, there were supposed to be 6 guys that showed up. There only turned out to be 1, 2, 4 guys that showed up.
Not including Jay, right?
Not including Jay. So
5 total.
I had 5, which was more than I knew what to do with.
Oh my god, seriously. I'd be bewildered. I'm like excited for my opportunity for my gangbang, but at the same time, I'm just like, so many cocks. Not enough hands.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yep. I experienced one of my suitors. It was his birthday.
Oh, that's exciting.
I made it super special for him. He got firsties.
He's never gonna forget that birthday. He's gonna be like, the year I turned 30, I got a gangbang.
You know what? It was his 30th birthday.
Oh my god, I just pulled that number out my ass.
The whole time he was like, dirty 30, dirty 30.
Did he do that? Is it in the video?
It is. I was like, yes, I love you. You're so fantastic. I'm so happy you showed up.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
It was so great.
Oh my, wait, okay, so would it be weird for you to freaking be like, here's my girl's info?
Oh, I'll pass them on to you.
Yes, please do, because obviously he's clear with being in video production content.
A couple of...
But, oh my god, that sounds like
it was
fun.
Great. 2 of the fellas are very, very much into the lifestyle. So they like frequent events and they do things and they're just hardcore into it. So it was a lot of fun to have two somebodies who are so experienced and well versed in this type of thing that I was like, all right, I'm yours. It was so good.
It's getting hot in here.
I got my first DP and my first DVP.
Okay, I'm surprised it was your first DP, not DVP, because that's not as common.
Right.
But I'm surprised it was your first DP.
So that is something that I have been wanting since the dawn of time. Like I've always have just dreamt. We've
love
tried.
DP.
It's so good. Like we play with the dildos and everything. That's
it's not the same.
It's not the same. It's definitely not the same. And we
because Jay's still in control of the dildo.
Yeah, it's just different sensations.
Yeah.
But we have tried for years.
Mm-hmm.
Every fella that we bring over, they just can't quite wrap their heads around it, and they get wigged out, and they won't.
A lot of guys are weirded out about the balls being so close together.
It's like, yo, you both are fucking a bitch. Like,
just think about the titties and the pussy that you're in.
Just think about how good it feels right now. This is so cool.
Like, you're not making out with the dude behind me.
This doesn't make you gay if that's what you're worried about.
Seriously.
Like, I don't understand
DPing a chick with another man.
That's like the least gay you could get.
Come on now. Like, yeah. And you know what? Even if you are gay or bi, who the fuck cares?
You claim to be, nobody cares, really.
Right? Just enjoy your sex life.
Enjoy yourself, man.
Continue your gangbang story, and then I have a commentary. Thank you for listening. Catch part 2 next Friday on all your major podcast listening platforms. Please like and subscribe. Make sure you've got those notifications turned on. You can email us all your thoughts at mommysblackbookpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks. Have a great weekend, everybody.